So this is the code snippet on screen for this episode. Pause if you want to look at it at any length because it's not really long. All that's really happening is that there's a 25% chance for the ally that I'm using to do what they're doing. So, yeah, without further ado, other things to mention, but I need to remember them because I was just doing something completely different and I forgot what I was going to say. So, but if nothing else, we are going to go into this playing an Aiko. If the thumbnail didn't already let you know, that's Kyrie, that is not Aiko, but yeah, let's get into this run. So, for the sake of timestamps, let's get into Yogate, Curious Birthmark, Random Item Stats, Aiko, and we will immediately take a custom mystery because boy oh boy, this is taking longer than I expect, but it's also because I'm working on other things and they're competing for time. Second, Dexterity, Knowledge, Takushi-san, and maybe a light check, and off we go. Dexterity, maybe, but usually, I guess we'll do Hardware Store. Watch me get ward, but we'll find out. I mean, if I added more custom mysteries, I wouldn't need to worry about it as much, but RNG is RNG anyway, so who's to say that I won't just RNG into it. By the way, yeah, and then both Hiriko mysteries entered here. But for the sake of not being Hiriko, we are taking the non-ally version. So, yeah, as we get into this, just to explain really quickly immediately, the end of the mystery is when you can get an ally. If you go for ending B, I'm intending for you not to get the ally, but also I forgot to grab a weapon. I'll deal with it soon because I'm not punished. So, we grabbed one of the best preparation items in the world, and then we grab enough funds to get a weapon, and then we should be good to go. Doom is always going to be a problem, but that's true for any character. Aiko just gets a much easier time, at least in my opinion, because, well, if you don't have to worry about combat as much, or if your combat is a lot better, then you can avoid indirectly increasing your Doom, if that makes any sense. Do I want a Sledgehammer, though? Am I doing less damage with this as well? I guess we're going to do Carpenter Hammer then. So, this is for the purposes of bracing, because Aiko is Aiko. And for those who don't know what this means, and this is your first World of Horror video for whatever reason, it is because Aiko has a passive that increases her combat actions in general, or is it offensive actions? It's been a while since I played Aiko, but either way, having faster, at least offensive actions, even if it's by 5%, does quite a lot for your run. I think it allows you to do certain brace plays that you weren't able to do because the modifier is, well, no, I'm not going to say that because I forgot if that's true or not. But as you can see here with the Carpenter Hammer, we get 10 damage per turn, or if I want to save some more damage or save some more damage taken, I can brace here and then do a prep attack, prep strong next turn to get my what is this, 11 damage, 10 damage. It's pretty good. Again, just to if nothing else, for the sake of base World of Horror advice, being able to do about 18 damage per turn usually puts you on the threshold of being able to 1 or 2 turn enemies. It saves you a turn, which is very important, or allows you to brace into a kill turn. Either or will work out exactly. It will work out, basically. So, by the way, I did add in this text plus ally right here just to make it more apparent that you get an ally. I know I kind of shadow out the face here, but I just wanted to do something different. But otherwise, just also a really quick thing about looking at the ally here is that you will be sent against an enemy. That's right, because this part of the screen I think is part of the battle. But I did leave this as part of the background. I did just add in some pixels because you can't really see. There's no real way to get a clean version of the background. I literally just used up, or I grabbed 2 ally images and then just did my best to work in between. Oh no, I'm AI. But anyway, as we have to deal with 40 HP or 40 HP and 2 all damage, I think we just do this. So about 6 all damage, unless I want to go for a brace play, which I'm probably not going to. So we're just going to take this 6 all damage in the face and be happy with our lives. I could also make Hiriko do a lot more damage when sending her against this enemy in particular, but that's a lot of work. So, anywho. And I would probably, if I were to do something like that, I would clue you into having her deal more damage. But obviously, this kind of adds, so gameplay-wise, balance-wise, it is a decision whether or not you want to send Hiriko immediately to do more damage. She does 6 on in general, or she should do 6. I don't want to really send her because I want to play around with the reason and recovery, which is the other part of keeping Hiriko around, is that, oh my goodness, Recluse. We'll do Festival first, yeah. Yeah, keeping Hiriko around, as you saw her effect, there's a 25% chance when you investigate that you heal 1 reason. So I think that's also true for Recluse as well, because technically those are investigations you're doing as you're stuck in the apartment. But let me know if I'm wrong. Otherwise, the only other thing to mention, I wanted to mention more things, but the only thing I can remember at the moment is that, yes, everyone is still waiting for the update, even though I'm pretty sure, because I was corrected, as if that means anything, even I. But basically, an announcement is supposed to be made in January, and that was the thing, and not the update to the game. And if I'm wrong about that, please correct me again, because at that point, maybe I'm just being gaslit. But either way, we'll just let's not play with our odds right now, as I missed an 80. Nope, that was 39%. Never mind. I'm going crazy. Okay, never mind. I thought my accuracy is pretty low. For some reason, I thought it was like 80% for whatever reason. But anywho, let's keep investigating, and you'll know that my +1 reason procs when you get when there's a message at the bottom of the screen. Again, if it affects gameplay, I would prefer to have an effect state something in chat, because I'm more lenient towards, or I'm more willing for that, because you have a full chat log right here. Now, there is a max message, so it's about like 20-ish messages on the full quote-unquote full log, but you get the point. You have enough lines to work with. Now, that doesn't mean you can go willy-nilly, but do I want folklore studies, by the way, or do I want hot bath? I think I'll just take folklore studies, and then take strength. Could heal reason if I wanted to play safe with recluse coming up, but we'll deal. And off we go. Also, no spiral hood here, because Ico's plush toy is way better. But I mean, you can grab it if you want the stat increase. That would be mostly for events. If you're dealing, did I just hear a thing, by the way? Yeah, if you're dealing with events, then grabbing the spiral hood is something to consider. It's a little bit more helpful in dexterity strength checks, obviously, but otherwise, for the sake of encounters, like I'm about to fight the boss of Recluse, or any boss really, you should, I would highly recommend you keep Ico's plush toy. Shrug. I think, yeah, you can just switch them out as you please, but you don't know when you're going to run into an enemy, and I don't remember, oh well, you can't even switch, I don't think you can switch slot C items. That's all I have to say. There was something else I wanted to mention here, but it's fine. I don't think it was the most important thing to remember. I was willing to do that. Also, yeah, so these do count as investigations. One thing to note here, as I also showed you in the code snippet at the beginning of the video, is that I should have shown you actually the code snippet I was working with earlier. So basically, I put in a slash before a colon, and colons were tripping me up, but I think it was the slash instead. Basically, it was ally name colon, and I didn't know if just I had to put colon or slash colon, basically. And if you know what that means, you know what that means. If not, just basically there is a way to put in certain symbols when you're making custom content, so that the game doesn't treat it as a separator when you're doing variables. I know that sounded like a lot of hoopla as I roll a 12. Oh no! The plush toy lowered my luck, and then I lowered it by 2 again with the corpse dust, but how would I ever pass that 12 luck check? I have to make a note of it, because it always seems to happen. I lower my luck, and it's like, oh, Jordan, there are luck checks, and then I just laugh in the face of rolling 12s. But anywho, getting back to what I was talking about, yeah, so specifically commas in World of Horror variables are usually treated differently. So when you're having, say you're putting a message in the in-game chat log, if you put in a comma as part of your sentence, like someone says, well, comma, that was weird, you end up actually scrambling up the code. I also didn't fill my bottle because I'm autopiloting, and so you have to put in a slash. I forgot which slash, because I never remember my slashes, but self-proclaimed programmer, by the way, also game developer. But anywho, yeah, we'll just go more strength, why not? You know what, we're gonna take quick thinking, because we have a dexterity check, and off we go. We'll take coma last, do ramen now. But yeah, that's variables, and as I mentioned way earlier in life, for World of Horror specifically, it's that you do want to be very specific with your wording when you're making ETO files, basically, for custom content, because one little slip up can mean the difference between, hey, everything works well, and the extreme version is that the game just crashes. So, which is actually what I ran into, even though, again, it shouldn't be the case for me, but Simple things like thankfully there's simple fixes as well, where you get the file name wrong, and in my case it's because I control pasted the name, including the suffix, when I was just replacing the name and not the suffix. In this case, PNG for graphics. But the specific example is I did control paste, and then I was linking to something called image name .png, and I said that twice because that's not me stuttering. It was literally .png at the end, and it should just be obviously just one .png, because if you name a file name .text, that would sometimes be confusing. And in fact, I think that results in some weird behavior in some operating systems. But that's a whole other thing to think about entirely. I could old coin these holes away. Yeah, you know what? We're going to old coin these holes away so I can save on some stamina. The other question is whether or not I want to level up again really quickly, but I think I'm just going to go on with this. We get time skip, so now our doom is a lot higher, but, well, it's not that much higher, but 5 doom is a lot. Stacking over and over and over again. We're also in coma, so at the end we expect to lose 3 reason, but anywho, I think just goes to show an ally that procs any kind of recovery or doom decrease can be quite powerful. It might not seem like much, like say a doom decreasing enemy only decreases your doom by 3 for the entire run. That's still, in my opinion, quite significant, but again, depends on the situation. Normally, doom decreases are good, so if nothing else is happening as a cost to lowering, say, doom, or increasing your or recovering one stamina or 1 reason, then it can be really powerful. But in most cases, you know, a little, if doom decreases by like 3 overall because you say have an ally, that's not so bad. That's not so overpowered, basically, in my opinion. I think this is real, right? I'm not willing to do math right now. So, okay, we do 8 damage on a normal Desperate Prep action, and then we do 12 on a Desperate Prep Strong, or Desperate Strong attack. Anywho, moving on. I just realized, well, no, we're in coma, so coma, you go into downtown a lot anyway, I'm pretty sure. So, I think you visit hospital a bit more times, but So, here's the downtown. Yogatag's getting even angrier. And I'm just getting really, really sad. That was not reason. For some reason, I thought that... Well, it's because it's the rightmost option. That doesn't sound like it makes sense, but I promise you it makes sense. So, you know what we're going to do here? We are going to rest. And I did forget my second encounter check. So, we're going to rest twice and try to play safer with my Doom. But otherwise, yeah, just to mention, because the main kind of highlight of this episode is the Hiriko ally that we got during the custom mystery. And this is through the perm plugin as well. Yeah, it can be powerful because if you're really lucky, especially if something procs, if you get lucky, then it can mean a lot. Even if for no other reason, then hey, you only have 13 stamina or 13 max reason on a normal Harbinger run. Being able to heal 25% of your investigations in general, if we're basically playing numbers, because I know I didn't explain it, I'll explain it now. So overall in World of Horror, let's say you get an effect on average in the middle of the run, because we're trying to cut the average, and you're on average you're doing about 28 investigations. That means that you on a 25% chance I expect to heal well, if I have it from the beginning, you heal 7 reason, which is a lot. But if you do it later and say again, you on average maybe you only get through 14 investigations, so 25% of 14 is you know, about, let's just even say 4. I don't remember. I'm just going to say the voices wrong. So yeah, you get 4 reason over the course of the entire run, which is pretty much equal to just being lucky in 2-ish events, because usually when you're healing reason in or stamina in events, it's normally like 2. I think it's normally actually 1. Never mind. Forget what I just said. Basically, that is quite powerful, but you do have to fight a boss for it, so there is an attributed cost, so to say. And keep in mind, I did lose about 6 all fighting the boss of Hiriko. So, yeah, I healed reason, but I took 6 all damage. Again, let me know if you think something is too strong, too not as strong, or just in general you want to talk about something, because as we reach the end of this video, don't want to take up too much more of your time. So if you have anything to say, anything to do, you know what to do. Otherwise, not going to take up much more of your time. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye!